Hello and welcome back to This or That with Kobe and Dash, presented by Verizon as
Happy
always.
birthday, Kobe!
Thank
It's
you,
your
sir.
birthday. It's your birthday tomorrow today, but when this releases, it'll have been your birthday yesterday. So here's my challenge to all of you in the comments. I want as many happy birthday Kobe comments as we can possibly get on this video. I want it to be the most commented on video in all of This or That history, so please do that for me.
All right. Well, let's get right into our rivalry weekend then
Let's do
for the LCS, for This or That. Pulling up our first slide, more impressive play. Is it Jenkins going back in for that solo kill onto Finn? I know people are mad just because he's a Kali and people hate a Kali. But the Johnsun and Dreams kill onto Lost as well under the tower.
I'm gonna go with the solo kill. I think generally, again, when I think impressive, I think of something you're doing on your own. Even though you almost got me with just the call out on a Kali, because I am one of those
little
people
Kali picker.
that, like, I don't wanna build her up as the hero of any story, but I guess in this case she is.
I mean, I definitely say this one because if you watch it closely, you can see how he's able to cancel a couple of these autos, goes right back in, knowing the damage here. Yes, the E does so much damage for a Kali, and the cooldown is pretty short at this stage of the game.
Yep.
But I still got to go with the 1v1 outplay. I also agree as far as mano a mano versus a two-person lane. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Next slide, though.
Let's see here. We got more powerful. Is it Anathema's chains or Hullbreaker? I'm curious what you think. High's been talking about Hullbreaker being the one that has a possibility of coming out on stage this week, where maybe not for anything.
So to me, Hullbreaker is way easier to use, more universal. I'm a split pusher, I'm buying Hullbreaker. I'm Trundle, I'm Nasus. See ya, team. Later, I'm out.
Yeah.
Now, this one is interesting because you could theoretically use it as, oh, your opponent team only has one good player. Say you're playing against Chovy on Real Life, and you're like,
right.
okay, Chovy, these are Chovy's chains now, and you put it on him. So I think that this one is also just more generically powerful for Hullbreaker for split pushing. Maybe if you're a split pusher, you would start with the Hullbreaker and then add on the chains if there's one person that's trying to stop you.
Okay, all right, fair enough. I'm gonna go with Hullbreaker, mostly because in the words of Captain Flowers or something to this effect, you're the smart brain man and so is I, and I'm the talky fast man. So I don't really know, if I'm being honest. I haven't played with either of these
We'll
factions
take it.
yet, so
2 for 1,
go
next slide.
Hullbreaker.
I did also lose a game to Hullbreaker Trundle already on live.
There it
so
is.
I'm a little bit peeved on that one. How will Reapered ruin your solo queue next, though? They already saw the Lucian carry for FBI on bottom side paired with who he set up.
Yep. Teemo jungle would definitely ruin my experience more.
But he's not gonna do that, right?
I like how he just disappeared too, because that's kind of like what Teemo does. No, well, I don't think he's gonna do either of these. Do you think either of these actually have a reasonable chance of happening?
To me, Master Yi mid has a slightly higher chance. Okay, I actually say it's maybe an order of magnitude higher chance. It's still gonna be quite low. Jungle Teemo is straight up hardcore troll. Master Yi, you might be able to swing it. You get like a Tarek
You know what's
support.
funny?
You do some funnels.
You know what's funny and stupid? If you go back in my most recent Bash history, I did lose a game to a jungle Teemo like within the last 10 games that I've played. I don't remember if it was a normal or a flex queue with friends or whatever, but we got destroyed by Dark Harvest Teemo from the jungle. So like, again, this is more real to me.
Everybody knows if Cloud9 end up pulling out some jungle Teemo, it's your fault because.
I hate that champion so much. So of course that would ruin the experience.
All right, I'm still going Master Yi. What do you got?
Okay.
You're going with the Teemo?
Yeah, 100%. Okay, more likely to gain sole control of first place TSM 100 Thieves, going 100 Thieves 100% on this one.
I gotta agree. The rise to Ascent has just been quicker and more all-encompassing with the changes that 100 Thieves made between summer and spring. Already, TSM were coming in with a better record from spring than 100 Thieves, and 100 Thieves have caught up to them. I just feel like your trajectory is a bit better. The slope on the graph here for 100 Thieves is steeper because now the team seems wholly well-rounded. I like the previous slide also being on Reapered.
Yes.
You know, the diversity that they're showing, both in champion picks for mid lane, also bottom lane, who he pulling out his mages and stuff. You know, there just does feel like there's so much going for them, whereas TSM, yes, they are, I think, right up there with 100 Thieves, but feels like a couple things are still a little bit loose.
Yeah, I mean, 100 Thieves right now actually does have a better summer split record than TSM. So again, that whole idea of just trajectory, 100 Thieves will continue to climb and I think surpass. Beyond that, Abadaga, in my opinion, is the best mid laner in the league. Power of Evil #2 right now, with Perks and Jensen, honestly. Jensen may be in that conversation, but I would still put Power of Evil up there. But yeah, again, everything working for 100 Thieves already, and still very little time together. So I think that they're only going to improve. What?
Give me more Ziggs bottom lane.
Yeah, Ziggs bottom lane, give me the Lee Sins, give me all of it. Let's see it succeed. What do you got for us?
Next one.
All right, here we go. Better rivalry, is it Kha'Zix versus Rengar or Thresh versus Lucian? I think it has to be Thresh versus Lucian.
I mean, the lore, I would go with you.
The lore element of it, exactly.
But this is in-game. There are real consequences to this rivalry.
Do those still exist?
Yes, they do.
I thought we removed them.
They still exist.
Oh my goodness.
You get to level 16, you can get your last evolution with Kha'Zix.
All right.
I've lived this one, okay? Yeah. Maybe it's because I don't play AD carry or support, but this one to me is real. This one, okay, I hate Rengar players. I'm a Kha'Zix player for life, James.
Kha'Zix was one of the champions I played to get Diamond for the very first time back in the day. But there's lives at stake here, Kobe. There's souls at stake in this one. Come on!
There's bugs over here that are getting squished by the cats. It's also really annoying if you're Kha'Zix and the Rengar is ahead, the Rengar ults first. Oh my god. Okay.
Do you think, quick question, is one of them definitively better though in that 1v1 matchup?
It really is snowball. It depends on who gets ahead first. I would say if you had to just put your life on the line for one, I'd say super late game, Rengar, because of the way the ult is gonna reveal you, does have an advantage, but then you got to play with your team and stuff as Kha'Zix. And if Kha'Zix gets the jump on Rengar and Rengar's not starting with ultimate out,
all right.
Please, get out of here.
These are just cooler champions. Next slide.
You are so wrong on this one. Next slide, though. Will Immortals 14-16.
Oh, I love this slide.
Dignitas.
I love this slide, and I'm going to go with yes.
He short-circuited for a second.
No, because I was like trying to think if I don't know every single matchup they have this weekend. So I don't know how tough their schedule is.
I know for one that Immortals are playing Cloud9 because I made a bet with Freak.
Yeah.
Freak is betting that Immortals are going to beat Cloud9.
They could
I'm betting,
right now.
No.
Would I bet on it? No, but they could. So yes, okay, we know one of their matchups without knowing the rest of their matchups off the top of my head right now on Monday. I still want to say yes, just because, again, trajectories of teams, this is basically a team that seems near free fall. Yes, they got one win this week to break a 5 loss streak, but they are floundering. I never agreed with the Yusui swap-in. I thought
Nobody asked James. They didn't ask James.
No one did. No one asked for my permission.
Hello?
I would have said no. But Soligo was playing fine, so maybe if Soligo comes back in, then we have a different conversation. But the way Immortals has been playing...
You'll come back to the table for negotiations?
Exactly.
Okay,
I expect all teams to involve me in future roster swaps. No, but with Immortals, I just think at the end of the day, like, they have been gelling to find a bit of a style. I think their drafting has been unique and interesting in terms of dismantling certain things like CLG's composition. I'm gonna go with yes.
For some of the reasons I used to love, Dignitas, the party bus. We've literally had our photoshops of Dig and their rise to the top of the LCS on this show. Those things have been removed. It feels like the nuts and bolts are dropping out. Yeah. You're losing wheels, hubcap.
I'm just mad at Dignitas.
And you know what happened though? Immortals with their roster all just so supporting of each other, showing up for all the interviews.
Together, I love the 2v4 that became a 1v4 in the Herald Pit with Xerxes and Destiny.
Anyway,
I love that stuff.
I go with Immortals too. Next
all right, sick. I recruited Kobe to my side on that one. More exciting rivalry matchup this weekend. Is it TSM Cloud9 or is it Cloud9 versus Team Liquid? It's 100% TSM Cloud9.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that one's got history to it. That one feels like everybody's bought into.
Yep.
For me, it always felt kind of weird because Team Liquid were this kind of more like stoic, standoffish team. Didn't feel like they really had a specific rivalry.
Yeah, 100%. And also, you can't have two rivals.
Ah!
No!
Anime would disagree.
In sports, you
Anime
cannot
would disagree.
have two rivals. It doesn't make sense that Cloud9 has two rivals.
I'm
TSM is Cloud9's rival. Historically, it makes the most sense. If you want TL to have a rival, it's like 100 Thieves. It's the wallets fighting each other. It's just the wallets slapping each other.
Wallet fight. All right, next one. Ah.
Is that it? Was that? Oh, one more. Okay.
More common int. A late TP or accidentally auto-attacking the blast code. This one is way funnier. This one
is so much funnier.
These ones are way better because of the comedic value and because of the value that it doesn't even have to be you doing it. It could be one of your teammates doing it to you. There's so many more possibilities here. So I just like this one better. I'm going with this.
Okay.
As far as more common.
This is definitely more common.
More common.
Yeah, this is definitely more common, but I feel like I'm kind of with you. Let's change the slide. Which one's funnier? That one.
We can take some liberties, you know?
It's our show. It's our show.
Love these.
We're going with that. No matter what the prompt is.
Next
I want
one.
that. Are there any more? That's it. That's our show.
Thank you for joining us for this lovely episode of This or That.
Do not forget to wish Kobe a happy birthday, both on Twitter and in the comments below. Get your friends to do the same.
Also, remember while you're at it, you can send us slides.
You can
we
do
had
that
one in
too.
the previous episode. None made the cut this episode.
Some good ones.
Get up here. You can be up here with us.
And we'll see you for Rivalry Week.